What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Freshman Finance. My name is Patrick.
And I'm Basha, and in today's video is going to be relatively short, but we're going to be talking about some of the things that you should consider when you're researching which index fund or ETF you want to invest in.
And there's no right or wrong index fund to invest in. There's just a lot of things that you should be aware of before you buy any of them.
So let's just jump straight in. Transparency, which is actually a really key factor. It should be relatively easy for you to find the fact sheet regarding the index-linked mutual fund or the ETF that you're considering investing in. The fact sheet should be pretty detailed. It should outline exactly what type of stocks and bonds are in there, what industries it's following, what percentages, and it also should have a pretty clear outline of historical data and fees. If you are struggling at any point to find the fact sheet or it's very ambiguous, it kind of begs the question, well, what are they trying to hide? Keep in mind that the index-linked mutual fund and the ETF are designed at all times to follow the market. They should not and cannot be deviating from that index.
This brings us on nicely to our second point, is that there should be a low discrepancy between the index fund that you're invested in and the performance of the market itself. So for example, if you've invested in the FTSE 100 and that goes up 8%, and the tracker fund you have that's following it only goes up 6%, there's something fishy going on. Either the stocks in that tracker fund are not actually following the market, or you're getting burnt on fees. So make sure you track the success and the performance of your index fund as compared to what it's benchmarked against.
Another thing you want to consider is you want your index to have a low turnover ratio. What this means is that the index is not required to constantly buy and sell stocks or bonds to meet its criteria. Because the more buying and selling that the index has to do, that means the more fees it has to pay. And ultimately, they'll just pass the fees on to you.
Another thing you want to consider is what's in the index actually makes sense. So for every index, there are crystal clear rules of what's included in that specific index. So for example, the UK FTSE 100 is the 100 largest companies by market cap. There's no exceptions. So what you don't want is an index fund which doesn't have crystal clear rules. Just a fund manager picking what stocks he thinks is cool at the moment.
On that note, there are tons of indices out there. But in order for it to get into your investment portfolio, it needs to fit in there. An index tracking the price of baked beans or laughing hookers, that sounds cool, right? But do you really want to invest your money into that?
And finally, no matter what index you invest in, you want to make sure that there are a large number of stocks or bonds in that index that represent the market that it's following. You don't 10 stocks or 5 or 10 bonds doesn't really represent the market it's tracking, does it? All right, ladies and gents, that is it for today. We hope that you have all the information you now need to pick the right index fund for you.
If you have any further questions, please leave it down in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and we cannot wait to see you guys in the next video. Ciao!